My company fired me, despite my role in growing its valuation from $200,000 to $35 billion. The boss simply said, "The CEO's daughter is replacing you. You're fired." I just smiled and walked out. No drama, no begging. The CEO's daughter, Madison, was already sitting in my chair, scrolling through Instagram while I packed my stuff. "Thanks for keeping it warm," she said with this smug little grin. "Daddy says this job is perfect for someone with my creative vision." Creative vision. Right. This girl had never worked a day in her life. See, what they didn't know was that I wasn't just some random employee. For 12 years, I'd been the ghost behind their success. Every major client, I brought them in through personal relationships I'd built over decades. Every deal worth millions, I negotiated it personally, often working 80-hour weeks. But here's the thing. All those clients weren't loyal to the company name on the building. They were loyal to me. They trusted me with their life savings, their retirement funds, their kids' college money. My phone started buzzing before I even reached the parking garage. First call was from Robert Chen, our biggest client. "We heard you left. We're pulling our $50 million contract immediately." Second call. "If you're not there, neither are we. You've handled our account for 8 years." Third call. "We don't trust anyone else with our portfolio." By the time I got home, my voicemail was full. Clients were furious. Some were crying. These weren't just business relationships. I'd been to their kids' weddings, helped them through divorces, celebrated their retirements. By noon the next day, 23 clients had canceled. That's $2.8 billion in revenue gone. The company's stock price dropped 40% in a single morning. Madison lasted exactly 4 hours before she was sobbing in the bathroom. Turns out, Daddy's little princess couldn't handle angry millionaires screaming at her about their missing money. She quit via text message to her father. But it gets even better. At 3 p.m., my old boss Marcus shows up at my apartment, sweating through his $3,000 suit and looking like he'd aged 10 years overnight. His hands were literally shaking as he knocked on my door. "Please," he begged before I could even say hello. "Come back. We'll triple your salary. We'll give you equity." The board is furious. Madison quit. 3 more department heads resigned this morning. The company is bleeding money. I opened the door wider and invited him in. Made him a coffee while he sat there desperately checking his phone every 30 seconds. "Marcus," I said, sitting across from him, "remember when I asked for that raise last year? You said the company couldn't afford it." His face went pale. "And when I suggested we hire 2 junior advisors to help with the workload, you said we needed to cut costs, not increase them." He nodded frantically. "We can fix all of that. Whatever you want." I smiled and slid a business card across the table. Funny thing is, I already started my own firm this morning. Filed the LLC paperwork yesterday, actually. "Thanks for giving me the final push I needed." His eyes went wide as he read the card. "Elite Financial Advisory. Personalized service. Proven results." "And thanks for the client list," I continued. "Turns out when you treat people like family for 12 years, they follow you anywhere." The blood drained from his face. "You can't. We have non-compete clauses." "Check my contract again, Marcus. I was classified as an independent contractor, remember? You did that to avoid paying benefits. Non-competes don't apply." He sat there in stunned silence as I explained how 18 of our biggest clients had already signed with my new firm. How I'd been planning this exit strategy for months after watching the CEO's incompetent family members get handed positions they never earned. "The company will survive," I told him as he stumbled toward the door. "Maybe Madison can apply for an entry-level position somewhere and actually learn the business from the ground up." But the real kicker came 2 weeks later. The CEO himself showed up at my office. Yeah, I'd already rented a proper space downtown. He was practically begging, offering me a partnership, promising to remove Madison permanently from any business decisions. "Too little, too late," I told him. "Your daughter cost you everything because you thought family name mattered more than actual competence." 6 months later, their company lost 65% of its client base. They had to sell the fancy downtown office and move to a strip mall. Madison? She's an influencer now, selling weight loss tea on Instagram. Meanwhile, my firm just hit $120 million in assets under management. I hired 3 of their former employees who'd been treated like garbage. Sometimes the best revenge is